What's that, Lord? Go to Nineveh? A message of judgment? A message of salvation and hope? No! Choose somebody else, not me.
Tashish, come on board, we're leaving. Tashish, hey, where have you been? Come on board, thank you. Tashish, we'll be leaving. Tashish, see you next time.
Captain, I've never seen a storm like this.
Yeah, this is a pretty bad storm. I think we should do something about it.
How is the water in the bottom of the boat?
Oh my, we're sinking!
We're sinking! Oh, we're sinking!
Oh no,
What are we going to do?
All right, Captain speaking, get the rope.
Get the rope!
Oh, it's getting in fast, Let's lighten the ship.
Lighten the ship.
Everybody.
Get stuff out of here.
Get the ropes. Come on to the top. Get all the stuff and the wheat and the barley into the sea.
Hopefully the gods will be appeased.
Get it out. Everyone.
Captain, it's not better.
Yeah, it's not better. We're still sinking.
Something's wrong.
Yeah, we gotta find out. Let me check the bottom of the ship. Anybody down here? We are sinking. Oh, I found somebody. Hey.
What is it?
Hey. Oh, sleeper. Arise. Call upon thy God. If so, that God will think upon us, that we perish.
Let us cast lots to see why this evil has come upon us.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea because lots have never failed us. All right, tell us, why is this evil come upon us? Who are you? Where do you come from? Who are they people?
I am a Hebrew. I am a servant of the living God, who is the creator of the heavens, the earth, and the sea, and all the dry land.
So what are we to do with you?
You must throw me overboard. Get rid of me.
Throw you overboard?
Yes, fear not. My blood will not be upon your hands.
We can never do such a thing.
You must do this for your safety and the men as well.
All right, let's throw him over. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Go!
In this story, we see the goodness of God in that God wasn't willing to let Jonah have his own way. We see God's love and redemptive purpose in that even though Jonah was fleeing from the people he was called to go to, God sent a big fish to miraculously keep him alive in the fish's belly for 3 days and 3 nights. And ultimately, the whole city gave their lives to the Lord. And I pray that it's our heart's desire that we will not be like Jonah, that will say like Isaiah, Lord, send me to whoever he would have us to minister to.
Have you ever thought that you live your life to yourself? Whatever you do is just going to affect yourself. The story of Jonah tells us something different. Because the life of Jonah, when he ran away from God, he didn't only affect himself, but he ended up affecting the captain of the ship, the people that were on board. They lost maybe their barley, their wheat. They lost their belongings. Their lives were even at stake. They were almost dying because of the storm. So this brings us a lesson that we should mind about others. Our actions, they affect the people that are around us. So if we love our brothers, our sisters, our friends, whoever is around us, we should be able to take into consideration that whatever we do should be able to uplift them, should be able to help them to be closer to God. That way, we're taking care of our brothers and sisters.
You know, when I was young, there's a lot of times that I was asked by my parents to help around the house, do the dishes, clean my room. I had particular responsibilities when I came home from school. But you know what? Sometimes I just didn't care about that. I wanted to do my own thing. So I would just push that aside, and I'd go and do what I want. I'd go play with my friends. I'd get on the games and play video games and just have my own fun. But sooner or later, it began to impact how my family functioned as a family. As I did it, my sister started doing it. Before you know it, a little brother started acting like that. And our family was pretty dysfunctional. But it didn't have to be like that. When I was asked to do something, I should have just went and did it. That would have been the responsible thing to do. And today, a lot of people are just like a lot of youth today, myself, I was like that, like Jonah. I was asked to do something by God, given specific direction, but yet I ran and did my own thing. Tried to get out of it because I felt somebody else could do it, and I did not need to. Perhaps you feel like Jonah. You've received the beautiful truth, one that you know is going to bring people hope, encouragement, salvation. But you're afraid, and you want to go a different way. I want to encourage you to pray and ask God, Lord, give me the grace I need to share with others about your great love, about the plan of salvation, to share with them that Jesus is coming soon, and these things happening around us, those are just signs of his soon coming. Please, think about how you can impact other people's lives by sharing a tract, by praying for your neighbor, or encouraging a friend to do that which is right. In all these ways, you're responding to the convictions you know to be true and encouraging others to live for Jesus and to be ready for Jesus. So let's think about, in this coming week, how we can do things to be a blessing to others. Share things with them that will prepare them for Jesus' soon coming, so they don't have to be afraid. So take courage and move forward with the beautiful message that God has given you as a child of God, as a Seventh-day Adventist.
So are there any Ninevites today? Are there any Ninevehs? Is God calling us to get out of our comfort zone and go do the things that would make a difference in someone else's life? We have a precious message. We know that judgment is underway and that eventually mercy will come to an end. There's all kinds of cities and all kinds of people who don't know any better than they already know. It's going to require us learning to serve while we're young. It's going to be students and kids learning how to do things at home and at school that are acts of service, that translate into acts of service and calls to duty in the church, and then calls to duty maybe as a student missionary. It's hard to say what God will do with our lives, but it's important that we're learning now how to be servants. So may God help us all to not come to the difficult situations like Jonah did and be unwilling for reputation's sake or comfort or discomfort and abandon our duty. There's people out there today who need to hear again that God's merciful and forgiving, and yet there is a day of judgment coming.